Hi, and welcome to Monday's Delight. Excited to, as it were, zoom into your space and to share the word of the Lord with you. I want to say a very big thank you to all those who helped in bringing our brother to his eternal rest, and we thank God that everything was successful. Thanks to all who helped. God bless you, and may the soul of my brother Nana Yaujumo rest in perfect peace. We are looking at walking with Jesus and embracing his habits and values. We started with solitude as one of the things that Jesus did. We moved on to prayer before engagement. Today we'll be looking at compassion. And as always, let me shoot the foundation text, and then I'll give you the supporting scripture, and then I will give you the reasons why you need to be compassionate to, as it were, attract the blessings and the glory of God. So we do First John chapter 2, the verse number 6, and I read, "He who says he abides in him ought himself also to walk just like he walked." So if you claim that you love Jesus, if you proclaim the love of Christ, and you do not walk and do things like he did, then there is questions that ought to be answered. So that is what brought us to this subject, and we will be looking at compassion. Everything Jesus did was driven by compassion. So if you do not have compassion, then we have a problem. I am certain that somebody is asking, what exactly is compassion? Compassion means showing kindness, empathy, and concern for others, especially those who are suffering. So you need to show compassion to the marginalized. You need to show compassion to the weak. You need to show compassion to the poor. That is what Christ did. And if you would enjoy the benefits thereof of Christ, you ought to, as it were, show kindness, be empathized, be concerned of others, and especially show love to the weak. So we look at Matthew chapter 9, the verse number 36, and I will read, and then we'll look at 4 things we gain when we exercise compassion. So Matthew chapter 9, the verse number 36, and I read, "But when he saw the multitude," we are talking about Jesus Christ, "when he saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were weary and scattered, like sheep having no shepherd." So Jesus Christ was moved with compassion, and he provided what the people needed for them. Like I said, 4 things we gain when we exercise compassion. Number 1, the moment we exercise compassion, we gain what we call deeper connection, because you are connecting to an attribute of Christ. Hence, you embark in compassion. So compassion builds meaningful relationship. Listen, it is not only that you build that relationship with Christ, but as you show compassion to people, you also begin to build some bridge between you and them, and that is so important. I'll give you a scripture reference. Luke chapter 10, the verse number 33 and 34. Please be compassionate, because when you do that, it gives you what we call deeper connection. Now, the second thing is that God's comfort is returned. As you do it unto the marginalized, the comfort of God is returned unto you. As you do it as unto the weak, the comfort of God is returned unto you again. When you show compassion, we exercise God's comfort. A scripture reference, 2 Corinthians chapter 1, the verses 3 and 4. I declare over your life, if you are seeking for God's comfort all through and it's not coming for you, I declare that as you embark on a compassionate mission, God will come through for you. I am speaking to somebody. God will come through for you. Now let's look at the third thing. The moment you exercise compassion, you gain fulfillment and joy. We are wired in such a way that as we journey on in the area of solving problems for others, intervening for others, interceding for others, we get what we call inner joy and fulfillment. I am certain that you are troubled in some areas and you are not fulfilled and you don't have that inner joy. It's simply because you have not looked at the compassion ministry and attaching some bit of importance to it. Try and see. Show love to others, and when you do that, you will begin to see that inner joy and peace will come up unto you. Let it be that as you embrace compassion, you would experience the fulfillment of joy from Jehovah. The last point, when you embark on that compassion journey, you gain God's favor and blessings. You gain God's favor and blessing. Compassion attract God's blessings. Proverbs chapter 14, the verse number 21, and then Matthew chapter 5, the verse number 7. Listen. One of the things that made Jesus Christ's ministry unique was his level of compassion. If you want to be a unique person, be compassionate. If you want to be somebody who would fulfill your destiny in life, be compassionate. And as you do that, God will come through for you. I pray that God will put on you the garment of compassion, and you will begin to see the need to, as it were, exercise it, and generations will benefit from this your act. I love you, and I'll see you next week. God bless you.